Do you like Witten saying this?
Hold on. Jason Witten flip-flopping on me, Skip. Because I could have swore 2 weeks ago he co-signed what Jerry said about being frustrated with the coaching staff and yada, yada, yada. And Jason said, you know, we haven't played to our expectations of what we should be. Really, that all determine what you should be. That's completely fair. I just think it's raw emotion of it all. He's been around a lot of great football, and he knows what it looks like. So then he was co-signing with Jerry. Today, we're going to run through a brick wall for Jason Garrett. Jason Garrett said, don't run through that brick wall. Take your ass in the end zone with the football in your hand. Run through that for me. Because that's what would have saved my job, Jason Witten. Talking to you, because you dropped a couple third downs. We saw that up in New England. But you ain't mentioned that. Jerry should have mentioned that in there, because put all the blame on Jason Garrett, Skip Bayless. They need to stop this, run through a brick. Jason Garrett's in this situation because you haven't run through brick walls for Jason Garrett. Expectations of what we should be. What should you be, Jason Witten? Tell me. What should you be? Since you've been there, Jason Garrett, how many NFC championship games you been to? How many Super Bowls, Jason? Oh, this is the most talent I've been around. And what has it gotten you, Jason? I need to hear. You're going back and forth. Whatever that seems to fit the narrative that you need to be at that time, that's where he is. Jerry says this, every right. Oh, we're going to run through a brick wall for Jason. You know good and well. That man don't get y'all riled up like that. He ain't giving that kind of pep talk, Skip. It takes a special kind of guy that can put a guy in a frame of mind, trust me, that he'll go over the top for you. Now, I played for a guy on special teams named Richard Smith. He's the linebacker coach here at the Chargers. He could get you to go over the top. You know how I know, Skip? Because Anthony Lynn, who's the head coach there, we were in Barcelona playing the Raiders, in Barcelona playing overseas international game. And he came in and he showed the tape the night before. He says, I want guys hitting the beach like at Normandy. I want guys going over the top. Anthony Lynn, the first kickoff, guess what he did, Skip? Went over the top and broke his leg. Now he got to ride 13 hours back home with a broken leg on a plane. So I know guys that can get guys in that frame of mind and get them to do that. Jason Garrett ain't it. Jason, come on, bro. Pick a side and stay there. If you want to be in the fast lane, get in the left lane, go. If you want to be in the slow lane, stay in the right lane. Hey, don't put your blink on and just move on down the highway. But stop this flip-flopping.
Speaking of flip-flops, I believe Jason Witten in flip-flops could outrun you right now.
Oh.
In flip-flops.
You don't believe that.
In flip-flops.
You don't believe
I do believe
You
that.
don't believe that in cowboy grays and a T-shirt, Jason Witten couldn't beat me running. Not on his best day.
You sure about that?
100.
Okay.
So what else did you expect Jason Witten to say now that they're on the verge of maybe getting back into the NFC East race, thanks to the Beagles faceplant at Miami?
Whatever.
It put them back on the map, and as the spokesman for the team, is he going to take a shot at Jason Garrett this week?
Did with Jerry.
Yeah, but that was different. It looked like that was the end. Looked like the season was over at that point. And then those lowly Beagles, they said,
whatever.
Found a way.
Yeah, here we go. So I do agree with this one line from him. I will say this for Jason Garrett. Teams do not quit on Jason Garrett. They might go 8-8 for Jason Garrett, but that's not quitting.
Do they ever start?
Good question. Very good question. Because what Jason Witten just said about Jason Garrett is classic damning with faint praise, because that's faint. Teams never quit on him. They don't play really hard for him either. He says they do fight hard, but baloney, they don't.
Right.
Because here's the point about Jason Garrett. Nobody in that locker room hates him. He hasn't turned anybody off. He hasn't alienated. He hasn't offended anybody in the locker room that I'm aware of, because that's not his style.
Right.
He's Coach Clapp. So he's everybody's supporter. He's going to clap hands. He might hit you on the butt. You
think he never yelled at anybody for missing a block or missing a tackle or dropping a pass? You think Jason Garrett has ever cursed anybody?
He has to.
He does curse more than you think, and I got that from that All or Nothing documentary.
But that behind the scenes in the coaching meeting.
But it was just, it was like coach talk cursing, but it wasn't used at somebody, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't used in chewing out a player.
Right.
I don't know the answer to your question, but I'm going to bet no.
Okay.
Not his style. So I saw a quote yesterday from Glover Quinn. He used to play for the Lions, and he was talking about the current Lions. And he made the point that I don't know if they like or love Matt Patricia enough to fight for his job. they don't like or love, he said, his style. Because Matt Patricia will alienate.
Right.
There are all the early stories the first year about you'd pass him in the hall, players would pass him in the hall, and he just looks the other way. He won't even say hi.
Right.
Well, he chip off the old block,
Right. Correct.
Belichick. So the point is there any love in the locker room for Matt Patricia? No. Is there some hate or dislike? Probably. Yeah. Okay. So you don't build up any reservoir of goodwill among your players.
Right.
So they're not going to fight for you.
Right.
But on the other hand, will this team really fight for Jason? No, they just don't hate him. That's the best thing I can say about Jason is they don't hate him.
But Skip, normally if you don't have to love a person but if you just like, you're more apt to do. If I like somebody, I'm more apt to do something for them.
That's true.
If I don't like you, you ain't getting nothing out of me.
That is true.
So I would think,
I got
like, you know what, man, Jason's a good guy, man. Let me go out and, I mean, you could do your job, what you're getting paid for, and then all that's a moot point. But
the problem with Jason Garrett is he's not bad and he's not good. Yeah. Like he's just
kind of vanilla.
He's just vanilla right in the middle.
Just vanilla. And guess what? Cowboys, what's their record, Jenny?
Kind of vanilla.
6-6.
What were his first three records
middle.
as head coach of the Dallas Cowboys? 8-8, 8-8, 8-8.
Yeah.
There's a theme
After two
going
8-8, I said, I've seen enough. Out. He's not a head coach. Maybe he can coordinate. Maybe he can call plays. Not a commanding officer.
We gonna
not
see.
a leader.
We're going to see, Skip.
Yeah.
They get an opportunity. We're gonna see what...
What did I tell you all last year? They won in spite of. If something, again, they have external motivation, Doug Peterson.
Right.
Dougie prediction, he vowed we're going to go down there and kick their butts, right? Mm-hmm. And my team responded that night against Philadelphia. But that was the only external motivation of the whole year. And they're 6-6.
Right.
Okay, so he can't motivate anybody in that locker room unless somebody from outside. There has to be an external force.
Right.
Or something has to happen where the defense makes one crazy great play and they pick six you, or they scoop and score, and all of a sudden, for reasons you can't explain, it just ignites.
Right.
Nobody disagrees that they're talented. Nobody has any issue with their talent. Well, maybe tonight's the night, but I doubt it. Will they just ignite?
Maybe the players need to look at themselves. You good as you say you are, you can get that thing done. Because Coach Belichick has gotten... Man, can you imagine if Coach Belichick had that defense with those big names up there, Skip Bayless?
Well, they're missing three of them tonight.
Well, they weren't doing much when they were in there. So what are you missing?
Okay.
Just names.
Well, I'm missing a little motivation. And, again,
Jerry,
unfortunately, there's no urgency tonight whatsoever.
All them pep talks Jerry been giving, they ain't motivating enough?
They're not pep talks.
Oh, what are they?
They're critiques after the game.
So that should be, he should be.
Post-game.
I thought you said he was lighting the fire.
Yeah. Well, he's been trying.
It must be in his fireplace.
Yeah.
The team ain't moved. It hadn't moved the needle on them.
Well, I'm just hoping that somehow Jason Garrett stays out of the way tonight.
Now you're going to put that on Jason again, huh? When you going to get some of them other coaches, little Chris Richard? What about his defense? Can he motivate those guys?
I thought Rod Marinelli, I thought that's kind of what he was a motivator,
I
right?
thought so too, huh?
A firelighter.
Oh, I guess when you got guys like Sapp and Brooks and Simeon Rice, it don't take very much to motivate them, and John Lynch and Rondé Barber. I guess you don't really need no motivation, huh? So, because I saw him in Detroit for 3 years. Who he motivated up there? Oh, you see?
I don't know. Dak said we shouldn't need more motivation.
No, I'm with you, Dak.
Our record.
That's my guy. Dak,
We're
my
on
guy.
the road. Let's make a statement. Let's get Skip to work in the morning.
Can Dak be my guy
now?
now?
You're saying you might not want to be here.
I don't want to be here if they lose.
But
if they lose, all is not lost. That's the problem. There's no urgency whatsoever.
Yeah. Tomorrow will be lost for you.
How do you figure?
Because you won't go get your customary slice of one pizza. There'll be no movies. You'll be all mad at Ernest, and Ernestine will be all mad at me.
I had my customary slice yesterday because it was my birthday.
Treat.
Oh, okay.
That was it.
So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's a new tradition. Maybe you need to reward yourself more if they have a good game tonight. That could be a new thing for you.
Guess what? If they lose tonight and he ate that slice of pizza, no more pizza the rest of the year.
No more pizza. Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.